Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this Piscean Reports. How are you guys doing? Hopefully, as always, you're doing amazing. To those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you like today's message. If you do, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, you guys. I'm so happy to have you on my channel. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. I did see the name of a new subscriber. Welcome, because a lot of people, I don't know, whatever, they may not want that all that information out, but whatever. Welcome to my channel. I hope you like today's message. All right, so you guys, this is what I have noticed. I enjoy tarot. I do. It's very helpful. It tells me a lot. I love it. All right. But I find that my biggest moments come when I'm actually have the chance to just sit back and take in whatever the Father is bringing to my awareness, you know what I mean? And then just having the opportunity to share what I have been given. So today is one of those days. All right. I want to address this reading to all of the youngsters out there. All right. The 20 somethings, the 30 somethings. You all, I feel like you're aware, but you're not really aware. Okay. This is you all's world. Okay. This is your world. All right. This is not my world anymore. We had our opportunity and our chance to make a difference in the world, to do things, to be things. But this is now handed over to you guys. You guys have the baton, okay? And you need to understand, really grasp the concept that this literally is my world. And how do I want my world to look? How do I want my world to be? You know what I mean? A lot of you have gotten the game and gone with it. Like I said, there is some, these companies out here whose eyes have been awakened. 9 times out of 10, it is because if they're in the corporate world, they may have someone younger and someone, with fresh ideas at the helm. Okay. And these new people, these new innovators, all these new people who have a different concept of how the world should be have taken the game and gone with it, right? Like I had mentioned for Ocean, but now, before I forget, I can say Earth Breeze. The other company that I was trying to tell y'all about, the name of it is Earth Breeze. Okay, sorry you guys if I had forgotten y'all names earlier, but you make the world a more beautiful place to live in. Okay, those of you who are now at the helm of these major companies, okay, the older people who were running the company can now kind of take a step back and allow these new generations, the new people, you guys, to take the helm and say, this is where we see the world going. This is where we see the company going. The days of just thinking about ourselves and doing for ourselves, money is now about to be over. It is transitioning even as we speak. You see it with these youngsters today who are coming up with these innovative ideas. And real quick, Earth Breeze is very inexpensive, because I had seen the commercials but I had no idea. I've never really been to the website to check out the prices, but they are very reasonable. You're coming out the same way, except for you're no longer using these big bulky plastic containers for your laundry. Now as simple as pulling out a sheet and washing your clothes, and they come out clean and great, and they have all these great reviews, right? So but yeah, they're awakened, they're aware, they're saying, this is where we see the world going. This is how we want the world to be. Okay, we don't want to ruin the planet with all this unnecessary stuff, right? There's a new way of thinking, a new way of being, and they are doing that. They are doing that. You guys are now responsible for cleaning up the water that the people in my generation and before, took for granted. Okay, they were only about themselves. Okay, this is how we see things going. This is how we, and to hell with the planet. Okay, I'm trying to build a fortune for my children and my children's children, but that's different now. Things are changing. Okay, those who are now the chicken industry, the poultry industry. Okay, these people now are aware that we don't need to be putting these steroids. Back in the day, they would inject these animals with steroids to make them grow faster and make them be something so that they can harvest them sooner, right? And now we're like, no, because we recognize and realize what we put into these animals, all these steroids that we feed these cows for this milk, and these animals and these pigs and these chickens, all this stuff that we're giving them is eventually going to end up in us. It's going to affect us. Nobody talks about it, but bottom line, it is going to affect the way we think. It's going to affect the way we be. The formula that these people were making, that kids were taking, because they decided, why breastfeed, because we've got this formula now, and they're recognizing what we give these children, what we give ourselves affects us. Okay, it's a whole different mindset now, from the way the people in my generation and a generation before and before them thought. Okay, and I love that. That's what I want to say to y'all. This literally is your world. Okay, how do you see it being? Like, how do you see it being? Okay, I want to say this. The people of my generation, when they speak of their experiences, and I don't think people do it to necessarily be hurtful. Okay, this is their experience. This is what their parents taught them. And so they're now teaching it to you guys. Okay, but this is a different world. Okay, our opinions are just that, our opinions. Okay, if you got a family member saying, well, this is the way it's always been, and stay away from these people, and these people are this, and these people are that. Okay, that's their experience. That's what they was drummed into their head. How do you see life? Are you someone who says, okay, I understand, hear them out. If you want to hear them out, definitely give them that respect and hear them out. But it's like, thank you. Okay, but that's not how I see this going. This is not how I see this world going from here forward. I want to raise my children to be accepting of everyone. I want my children, I don't want to have to tell my kids, stay away from this person, don't do this, don't stay away from them. Okay, they're dirty, or they're ugly, or they're whatever your race of people have taught you and told you and try to ingrain into your spirit and your system. Okay, they're going by what they experience, but this is your world now. This is your world. How do you see things going? Do you want to raise your children to be all inclusive, to respect each other's belief systems, to respect all that they are, and have them and allow them to raise their children to do the same? Okay, people might say, well, not everybody is doing that. Well, it starts with you. It starts with you. Okay, and no matter what part of the world you're in, because now we are living in a global society. We're not it's not like back in the day where we were only concerned about what happened in America, and they're only concerned about what happens in Russia, and they're only concerned about what happens in the Middle East. What hurts one of us hurts all of us. Okay, we see it now. What happens over there, we know now. Same thing, vice versa. What happens here, they see. Okay, it's y'all world. It's literally y'all world, and how you see it being and how you see it going is how it can go. Okay, if you're not happy with the politicians that are in office, most of these people have been in there forever, and they have been pushing their agenda. Okay, if you don't like their agenda, it's your world. Okay, it's your world. You can now run for office. If you have a belief system, if you've got something, if you see the world going in a completely different direction, stand up and say that so that people can vote for you and say, that's what I believe. That's how I feel. That is what I think. Okay. I don't believe in separatism. I don't believe in racism. I don't believe the old way of thinking and being. Okay. This is your world. How do you see it going? And the example that you guys set from here on is what's going to affect the next generation. Okay, I want my children to love everybody. I want to bring Dr. King's speech to reality. Okay, the days of all of that we experienced before is over. I'm getting ready. I'm at the age where I can have children. How do I want them to think? How do I want them to be? How do I want them to see the world? There are people who are so focused on the end of days and the darkness that's in the world. Okay, you can do that. You can absolutely focus on the end, or you can say, this is now. Never forget about the end. Forget about what can happen. How can I affect the world today? What can I do? What do I think? What do I feel? How do I see this going? Okay, that's for you all now. Forget about what we thought. Forget about what we were. That was our experience. That was what we grew up on. That was we were raised. I personally was not taught to hate someone necessarily because of the color of their skin. I have dated Caucasian men in the 80s. Okay. And what was really sad about that, the time that I grew up in, their children, okay, we had the baton, right? And we had an idea because clearly all of these white gentlemen who was interested in me, these white boys, white guys, whatever, who was interested in me really wanted to be with me. But every last one of them was afraid of their family. You know, I had a dude tell me that I really like you. I really want to be with you. But if I get with you, if I bring you over to my family's house, they will straight disown me. You know, but and it was so sad. It used to hurt my heart because I just never thought that way. My mother never said, don't bring no white people over here. My mother said, don't hate white people. Okay. She allowed us to go our own way. And some people went this way and some people went this way. I got family members who married, white, and had their beautiful mixed children, and they live they live their life, right? And I've got others who went the other route, who said, you know what, it's all about this, it's all about this, and the whole nine, and that's fine too. That's fine too. You know, that if that, that was your experience, that's how you felt, that's how you wanted to roll, then, that's how you wanted to roll. Okay. But you guys are different. Okay. You can do what you want to do. Take the world how you want to take it. You know what I mean? If you all have a vision of a world that is unified and that wants to love each other and embrace each other for all that you are, do that. Be that. If your politicians are trying to keep everything, because there's money made in keeping us separate, okay, keeping the races at war with one another. That there's money in that. Okay, some governments get off on that. Okay, if we, because now we have a reason to increase our war budget. We're protecting you from these people. We're protecting you from those people. You see what I mean? Like there's an agenda. But how do you see the world going? You could be that person that says, I'm not doing that. I'm not living like that. That's not who I am. That's not how I see the world going. That's not how our generation sees the world going. Our generation wants to find solutions. We don't want to talk about the end of days. We want to live on this planet and say, how can we make it better? Not only for ourselves, but for our children's sake and their children. Okay? You have that power. You have the baton. You have the power. And go with it. Run with it. Like really run with that. Okay? There's something else that I wanted to talk about, but I feel like it probably could use another another video, I would assume, because it's kind of deep. It's kind of deep. It's about this invisible war that exists amongst my people. And I was someone who was never taught about it. I had no clue about it. No clue. Matter of fact, whenever people said it, would talk about it, touch on it, I laughed. I straight laughed because I'm like, that has to be a joke. That's not really happening. That's a joke. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? And then I found out unfortunately, I found out, the wrong way or the hard way, that no, that exists. That really does exist. And I wanted to touch on that. Like, why? But why? Why? Okay. Things that happen then. Why are you letting what happened then affect your world now? You're a whole different person. You guys are a whole different generation. What our experiences were just that. Our experiences. What my grandmother experienced was her experience. Not to discount it. I'm not discounting it in any way, because their truth really was their truth. And they are explaining it to you, and they're telling it to you. And never forget, I never forget, if they want, if they want to share their truth with you, then listen, absolutely listen. But that was their experience. You know what I mean? This is your world. How do you see things being? I don't look at another person and say, well, I'm only supposed to be with this people here, this group here. I'm only supposed to be, don't go over here. You have no business over here. That concept is seriously foreign to me, because I look at who you are, and then there's that law of resistance. I also want to tell y'all about the law of resistance too. And the law of resistance says what you resist will persist. Okay. And this applies to the white community too. And I don't know how y'all never grasp this concept, but there are some white families that say stay away from blacks. Okay, they're this and they're that and they're other thing. That is that was bred into them. That was what they were taught. That's what they heard. Okay, and so now they're imparting that on you. But who are you? Is this truly what you feel? Is this truly what you believe? You know what I mean? And because they put that in you, or they're inflicting that in you, now this black person becomes forbidden fruit. Okay, and you could try and resist it. You really want to go there. You really want to know who this person is. You really want to interact. You do. But your family is saying this, but I really want to get to know these people. I want to know this. Okay, if they had any sense at all, they would have just said, let them go. Let them experience whatever they need to experience, okay? Because what you resist will persist. You're going to keep chasing it, right? If you just allow people to just meet each other and experience each other, you don't know what can happen. They may decide, well, that was very interesting, but that's not my path. I want to see something else now. I want to engage with these people, and I want to see their experience. I want to see this person's way of living and being. You know what I mean? Like, just let go. Let go. Let go. Because what you try to say no to will always persist. Okay. And lately I have even noticed it in my own world, in my own existence, in my, here's someone who's different from me. I'm attracted to their difference, the way they talk, the way they look, the way they dress, the way they act. It's like a magnet to me, because I don't know that world. I've never experienced that world. And I want to see it. I want to get to know it. I want to understand. I want to understand it. I want to, you know what I mean? But there's the war that says you're supposed to be here and you're supposed to be here. And it's, it's hard for me to understand. It's just hard for me to grasp that concept, because I was not taught it. Ooh, you guys, I hope y'all don't hear my stomach growling, because I literally got up and got showered and got dressed, and now I'm talking to you all. I haven't had breakfast, so sorry about that if y'all hear my stomach. But what you resist will persist. Okay, on both sides. If you taught stay away from these white people, these white devils, and they're this and they're this, yes, you can hear that. You absolutely can hear it. But there's a small part of you that looks at this and says, but why? But why? Yeah, I get what y'all saying, but what? Let me experience this person, because they may not have grew up like that. The person you're interested in may not have come up in that way of thinking and being. Okay, they might be completely open to all that you are, but because you've heard this, you might be resisting, and what you resist will persist. Is why a lot of athletes who might have started off like O.J. Simpson is a perfect example. Okay, he had a black wife in the beginning, and but what you resist will persist. Okay, what you're taught to stay away from is now forbidden fruit. I want to know it. I want to taste it. I want to sample it. You know what I mean? And so he left his wife, and he got with this white woman, and he married her. And unfortunately, things happened the way they happened. That's not the point. The point is that happens a lot. If you grew up saying stay away, stay away, stay away, and now here you are in this position where you can have whatever you want, you can have whatever you like, and now you're saying, well, what is going on out there? What is with this person? What is with that person? You see what I'm saying? What you resisted is now you now can have access to. You see what I mean? So I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Me myself, I don't understand it, and unfortunately, it has landed me in a lot of hot water. But I did not mean it. I didn't, whatever. It was what it was, and I guess there's lessons to be learned. Everything's a lesson, but at the same time, I want to say to you guys, this is what this is. Be somebody else's beliefs does not have to be your belief. What do you want to do? What do you see the world going? How do you want this world to be? Do you want to keep doing that, or do you just want to say, I love my cousin? My cousin might be different. My cousin don't dress like me, talk like me, act like me, but we still family. I still love him. I love my gay cousin. I love my, cousin who's all about, hanging out with white people, and that's just that's the path that they chose. This is the path I chose, but I still love you. I still love you. You're my family. It makes no sense to say they've gone this way, I've gone this way, and that's it. You know what I mean? I just think people just should let go. If people would just let go of all that was, and accept that you all have the baton now. This is your world. You could take it in any direction you want to take it in, and you could take it in the direction of growing and of improving this world, of making it better, of rethinking how we think. Okay, yes, that was back then, but this is now. How do we want this to go? Y'all can take it in any direction you want to. Literally. But it takes one person. It takes each of you to decide how you want things to go, and then go with that. Okay. Let me see, 22 minutes. I guess I can leave this here. Is there anything else that I want to add to this? Because this is what is in my heart, and this is what I want to share. This is in my heart. You can love whoever you want to love. You can be with whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. This is your world now. It's your world. So you see what I'm saying? Like, forget about what we thought. Forget about, I had this vision literally this morning as I was prepping of this mixed couple family. Okay, dad is black, mom's white. They got their mixed kids in the back seat, and they're headed to grandma's house, right? And grandma's views are different from yours, right? So they pull the car over and they say, all right, look, we're about to head out to grandma and grandpa's house, okay? Understand that the views and the opinions of grandma and grandpa is not necessarily the views of this station. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to tell you some things, but this is they're coming from their perspective, okay? But you are our kids, and this is how we are taking this. Listen and be respectful. Certainly take in what they had to say, because it was their experience. These things did happen, okay? And understand that. That's what happened to them, but you're not them. You're not them. You are you. And how you want to think and how you want to feel and how you want to believe is completely up to you all. It's in y'all hands. How you want this world to go from here on out is completely up to y'all. Absolutely, 1000%. And I hope that you guys take it and do the right thing. Okay? Take it and run with it. Really, take it and run with it. Okay? One day your kids will sit back and you'll look at them and they'll be dating whoever they want to date and they're going to live however they want to live. They'll probably have a different awareness now, because of you, because of decisions you made. You taken the world in a different direction. One day you'll be able to sit back and say, look at what I did. Look at what my kids are doing. And really be proud of that. You're going to be so proud of yourselves. Okay. Like I said, I can go on, but I'm gonna leave it right here, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the message, and for the older people as well, like really take that in. Well, yes, we experience what we experience. I experienced racism in my day, okay, but I never let that tarnish my beliefs. I never let that tarnish who I was. I stayed open. That's what the Father made. That's just how the Father made me. Okay, I was open to all that is. I wanted to experience all that was. I was never somebody who said, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to go. Okay, I've heard other people's opinions on how life should be, but it's not my opinion. It's not how I saw things. And it's not your opinion either. I know y'all think different. I know it. I see it every day. I see, oh, Lord Jesus, am I going to do it? It's 25 minutes. I'm going to I guess I could try to touch on it real quick. I take public transportation. And there was a day when this young black man came onto the bus, and he had the diaper bag, and he had the baby in one arm, the diaper bag, the stroller, and he's trying to pay for the ride, and he's got it all. He's got it all. The same way black mothers used to do in my day, because the guys didn't want to do that. That's y'all thing. Y'all got pregnant. That's on you. Okay, that's how people thought back in the day. Okay, but this is a different day and age. This young man stepped onto the bus with his baby, and with all the love in his heart, you could see it in his eyes. Yeah, he's doing all this stuff. Okay, and he's looking at his little girl, and he's okay with that. Okay, that's how you all are running with this. Okay, it's not how things were back then. Does not have to be y'all existence, and y'all are aware of that. I see young black couples get on the bus together, united, getting on the bus with their diaper bag and this and that and the other thing, because his that young dude who was by himself, his baby mama probably had to go to work. Okay, and I get that. I got this, baby. You go do what you got to do. They probably teamed up together. They understand. Maybe they together, maybe they not, but they understand the importance of raising this one. Okay, this one's way of existing and being doesn't have to be our way of existing and being. Okay, maybe we didn't grow up without our fathers, and that's that lesson. Now I know I don't want to be that. I don't want to continue that. This is a different day and age. We are going to do this together. That's how these young people are thinking now. And yeah, I know there's some who's not. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be Pollyannic here at all. I understand that there are some who are like that. Okay, but don't focus on that. Focus on the ones. Look at the ones who get it and who understand it. They're so beautiful. I almost cried. I almost cried when I saw that. It was so beautiful to see that. To see how you all are thinking and being today. To see these young kids, what they raising their kids together is so beautiful. It's beautiful how you all are changing things. How you all are the direction y'all taking life in. Okay, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, when I was growing up, there was a song called Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Okay, that was their existence. That song happened because that's how people were. But that was a different day and age. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, like when you were living in the days of slavery, all you two had was each other. Y'all had to stay together, right? But now here comes the 60s and the 70s, and what, I don't have to stay with these people. The freedom is now there. You don't have to stay. They didn't have to stay together. And so here was this thing now where men, they embrace that freedom. I don't have to stay with you. I can go look at this fine woman over here, and I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna dip into that, and I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. You know what I mean? And I don't have to stay here. I don't have to come home to you. I don't have to do nothing. That was the mindset. But that was that freedom. They were unleashing. Oh, both sides was now unleashing. They have this concept of freedom. We're free. We truly free. And this is how we can live life. This is what we want to do. People in the 60s, white folks was experimenting with drugs and expanding their minds. We're free. We're free. We don't have to do what our family did. We don't have to be that. And so, yes, there was this different mindset. And so created this song, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Okay? And when he died, all he left us was alone. Okay? Because back then, that was the mindset. But the mindset today is so different. It's so different. We are we're keeping families together. We understand the importance of family. We understand the importance of keeping this unit together, of raising these kids right, of doing this thing. And I love it. I love it. I love it with everything in me. The concept of staying together, working together. Maybe we might not live together the rest of our lives, but there are some people who say, for the sake of the children, we're going to be this unit. The kids are going to know dad. They're going to know mom. Maybe they stay together, maybe they don't. But the concept is there. That way of thinking and being is just that way of thinking and being. This is how we think. This is how we should be. This is where we are taking these next generations. We are teaching our children to stay together, to work it out. Okay, look at the bigger picture. There's a bigger picture happening here. Whether y'all stay together or not, there's a bigger picture here. There's a human being whose life is at stake, and that's more important than anything. You know what I mean? Like, just it blows my mind how you all are today versus how we were back then. Okay, that's why I say our reality was just that, our reality. But you guys have the baton now. And how do you see things going? How do you see the world being? Okay? You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. But yeah, let me not, because like I said, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother video in and of itself. Okay, but I love the world that you guys are creating today. I love it. Keep going. Keep going. Don't focus on the world coming to an end. That's, you let your reality be your reality. How can I make the world better? How can I make the world a better place? How can I see things differently? That awareness, that's what I said. The whole globe is waking up. Everybody's waking up now to a whole different awareness, to a whole different reality. You guys are seeing things in a different way. So go with that. Go with that. Okay, never mind what we thought and what we felt. Certainly listen and hear it, but that's ours. How do y'all want to do this? Go with it. Go with it. Don't worry about what people thought back then. Don't worry about what people did then. That was then. This is now. This is now. Focus on the now. How can we make this better? How can we change the way things were? That's y'all role now. That is the baton has been handed to you. And how you want to see it, live it, be it is entirely up to y'all. And so far, what I see, I don't focus on the ugly. I focus on what y'all doing right. Because no, not everybody is doing right out here in this world. I'm completely aware of that. But you can focus on those who are doing wrong and play that up and blow that up. Or you can focus on those who are doing right and focus on that and play that up and build that up. It's y'all world. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope y'all enjoyed the message. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Nothing makes me happier than to be able to say, good job, good job. Good job. I love what y'all doing. I love where you're taking this planet, this world. I love it. Keep going. You're doing great. You all are doing amazing things out there, and I love it. All right. I'm gonna go. I love y'all. I'll see you next time on the next video. All right. Take care. Bye bye.